life of Queen Elizabeth I of England, a tale of triumph and tragedy, birth and early years. Queen Elizabeth I was born on September 7, 1533 at Palace of Placentia in Greenwich, London. She was the daughter of King Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn, his second wife. Her birth was a moment of great anticipation, as her father desperately sought a male heir to secure the Tudor dynasty. However, Elizabeth's arrival as a girl led to immediate disappointment. Her mother, Anne Boleyn, had been crowned queen consort, but her reign was short-lived and was soon arrested on charges of adultery, incest, and treason, accusations that historians have long believed to be fabricated. She was executed by beheading on May 19, 1536, when Elizabeth was just 2.5 years old. Childhood and education. As the daughter of a disgraced queen, Elizabeth's position was precarious. After her mother's execution, she was declared illegitimate and removed from the royal succession. However, her father's erratic marriages and the unstable political landscape meant that Elizabeth's position in the line of succession was to be restored multiple times. Despite the tumultuous nature of her early life, Elizabeth was a brilliant and determined child. She was highly educated, receiving a classical education that included studies in history, languages, rhetoric, and philosophy. She was fluent in Latin, French, and Italian by the time she was a teenager. Her tutor, Roger Ascham, taught her the importance of both knowledge and virtue, values that she would carry with her throughout her reign. The struggles of the Tudor dynasty. Henry VIII died in 1547, and Elizabeth's half-brother Edward VI succeeded him. However, Edward's reign was short and unstable. After his death in 1553, Elizabeth's older sister Mary I, the daughter of Catherine of Aragon, ascended to the throne. Mary was a devout Catholic and attempted to restore Catholicism in England, leading to the persecution of Protestants in what became known as the Marian persecutions. During Mary's reign, Elizabeth, a Protestant, was viewed with suspicion and imprisoned in the Tower of London on charges of plotting against the Queen. She narrowly escaped execution, and when Mary died in 1558, Elizabeth became queen at the age of 25. Her ascension to the throne marked the beginning of an extraordinary era in English history. Her reign, the Elizabethan Golden Age, Elizabeth's reign, which lasted for 45 years, is remembered as one of the most remarkable periods in British history. She restored Protestantism in England, following the turbulent religious conflicts between Catholics and Protestants. The Elizabethan religious settlement of 1559 established the Church of England and marked a clear break from Rome. Despite constant threats from Catholic monarchs, notably Philip II of Spain, Elizabeth's diplomatic skills and the strength of the English navy led to the defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588, a victory that became a symbol of England's rising power and Elizabeth's leadership. She became known as the Virgin Queen, both for her decision to remain unmarried and because of the aura of mystique that surrounded her. Her refusal to marry was seen by some as a sign of strength. She could rule without the interference of a husband, and her virginity became a symbol of her purity and devotion to her country. Elizabeth was not only a ruler but also an extraordinary patron of the arts. The Elizabethan age saw the flourishing of literature, music, and theater. Figures such as William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and Edmund Spenser created works that would leave an indelible mark on English culture. Her reign also saw the expansion of England's influence overseas, as the voyages of explorers like Francis Drake and Walter Raleigh helped establish England as a rising global power. The Queen's character and values. Elizabeth was an incredibly shrewd and pragmatic ruler. She was known for her wisdom, patience, and cautious diplomacy. She made decisions based on what was best for the country, even if it meant making difficult or unpopular choices. Her political acumen, strength of character, and ability to maintain control over her court made her one of the most respected monarchs in history. She was a woman who balanced the delicate task of ruling with both strength and grace. Her famous speeches, including the speech to the troops at Tilbury in 1588, epitomize her leadership. I have the heart and stomach of a king, and of a king of England too. Later years and death. As Elizabeth grew older, the question of succession became more pressing. Though many suitors, both domestic and foreign, courted her, she never married. The Virgin Queen was seen as a symbol of England's independence, and there were constant fears that her death would plunge the kingdom into chaos. had no direct heirs, and the throne was eventually passed to James VI of Scotland, the son of her first cousin, Mary, Queen of Scots. James became James I of England in 1603, uniting the crowns of England and Scotland. Elizabeth I passed away on March 24, 1603, at the age of 69, after a reign that had lasted for more than 4 decades. Her death marked the end of the Tudor dynasty. She was buried in Westminster Abbey beside her half-sister, Mary I, in a tomb that symbolizes the unity and strength of her reign. Legacy: Queen Elizabeth I is remembered as one of England's greatest monarchs. Her reign, often referred to as the Elizabethan era, laid the foundation for the future growth of the British Empire and cemented her place in history as a brilliant leader and a symbol of national pride. Her legacy as a strong, intelligent, and independent queen continues to inspire people to this day.